Shalom Yashala. I'm gonna start this lesson by giving all praise, all glory, all honor, all blessing, all truth, all wisdom belong to our power, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem Okakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teach us well and wood will well to the Akwakodash, and salutation to you, Akim, that's in highways and byways doing this work in truth and sincerity. Shalom, shalom, shalom. To this lesson, it's about NATO chief issue, okay, a chilling warning to U.S. Babylon, aka America, okay. The whole America is the whole, okay, and it's either Greenland or your base or U.S. base that's close, that's in NATO territory, right? That NATO say they're gonna take a U.S. base if the U.S. try to take Greenland, man. Okay, and that's the prophecy is gonna come to pass. The beast shall hit the wall. Okay, when now we see the division is widening between NATO and Babylon because this is the will of Yahweh power by Hashem Yahushai. Okay, and let's bring the article out. This is the article said, okay? Trump Greenland plans prompt NATO chief to issue U.S. with chilling warning, okay? Australia NATO Enlargement Committee Chairman Gunder Fellinger has delivered a stark warning to the U.S. regarding any potential move on Greenland. In a video shared on social media, Fellinger declared that if the U.S. annexes Greenland, every American military base across Europe will be seized, forcing the U.S. to have to leave. Fellinger forcefully video statement was released on Tuesday, circulated via X and Reddit. The U.S. to Australian politician was responding in part to MAGA podcaster Katie Miller's controversial post on X, which featured an image of Greenland draped into the U.S. flag with caption "Soon." Okay, we choose Denmark over the U.S., said Greenland Prime Minister. Okay, if we take it, we take every single base of the Americans from Aviano to Ramstein, from Romania to all the other military base will be confiscated, and you will lose it. And the whole position of American power since World War II, if you take Greenland, you have to leave. Fellinger said in the clip. He then spoke directly to Miller, spelling out what he characterized as Europe's bargaining power. After chuckling to himself, Fellinger said, "It's very simple, Mr. Miller. This is the leverage we have. You need the space for global power projection. You won't have it, and we can defend ourselves very well, and we will do without the U.S. nuclear shield, without the U.S. troop in Europe, without the American base. We will simply run the space ourselves, and we will run your boys home into Chicago and Ohio, and goodbye." And the upcoming address hinted that any aggression from the U.S. will be reciprocated by Europe, with Fellinger cautioning, "You go extreme, we go extreme as well. Be sure about it." Additional European officials have weighed in on the U.S. increasing aggressive rhetoric surrounding the possible takeover of Greenland, with several pointing out that such a move by the Trump administration could lead to the collapse of the NATO military alliance. This followed President Trump and his administration making clear that they are exploring ways to obtain Greenland and possibly deploy the U.S. military to achieve its goal, which is always an option, the White House confirmed on Tuesday in an official statement. President Trump has made it very well known that acquiring Greenland is a national security priority of the United States. It is vital to deter our adversaries in the Arctic regions. The president and his team are discussing a range of options to pursue this important foreign policy goal, and of course, utilizing the U.S. military is always an option, at the commander-in-chief disposal, Caroline Leavitt said in a statement from the White House. Let's go listen to that video real quick.
Grønland vil ikke ejes af USA. Greenland does not want to be owned by the USA. Greenland does not want to be governed by the USA. Greenland will not be part of the USA. Vi vælger det Grønland, vi kender i dag, og som er en del af kongeriget Danmark. We choose the Greenland we know today, which is part of the Kingdom of Denmark. Now we are faced with a geopolitical crisis, and if we have to choose between the USA and Denmark, here and now, we choose Denmark. We choose Nato. We choose the Kingdom of Denmark. We choose the EU. Tiden er ikke inde til interne diskussioner og splittelse. This is not the time for internal discussions and division. This is the time to stand together and build on the community we know and we want. Vi kender og til det vi ønsker.
As you can see, we choose the Kingdom of Denmark. Again, kingdom against kingdom. Okay, let's bring a few scripture out, man. Okay. Let's go start out. This goes first. This is Yahushua speaking right here. Let's go to Matthew, right? Matthew 3, Matthew 24, verse 6. Matthew 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. This is the kingdom of Babylon versus the kingdom of Denmark. Okay, and NATO will have many kingdoms. Okay, and NATO, Denmark is part of NATO. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famine and pestilence and earthquake in diverse places. Okay, all this at the beginning of sorrows. Not the Most High is playing in the mind of those kings of Babylon and the kings of Europe, because they call themselves the kingdom of Denmark, and Babylon is a kingdom also. A president is a king. A prime minister is a king. He's a ruler. King just means ruler, okay? And some part of, and every part of the world, where there's a chief, it can mean a king can mean a chief, a ruler, a prince. It means a lot of different things out here, man, okay? Or a man that's in rulership, okay? And those two kingdoms are about to butt head out here, and all the other kingdoms that's in Europe right there, they got about to in NATO, they got to butt head out here, okay? And let's go to Mark. Mark 3, verse 23. And he called, it is Yahushua speaking again, and he called them unto him, and say unto them in parable, I can sit and cast out Satan. If a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And Esau Edom kingdoms, okay, Europe is Esau Edom, ruling by Esau Edom. Babylon is ruled by Esau Edom. And they're supposed to be the same kingdom because they are the same people. And now we see those kingdoms that was in harmony, in accordance, right? They were in one accord. Okay, now there's a big crack in it. And that crack is going wider and wider. Okay, the division between those nations are getting wider and wider, man. Okay, spark gonna fly out here. There's only fight between Russia and Ukraine. Okay, that's Esau Edom fighting against Esau again. And now you see those NATO countries is about to fight against Babylon, man. And Babylon wanna get that fight out here. You're gonna put it in the mind of the people that hey, they can fight. Okay, they wanna take things. Okay. There's something called this it's not harmony. There's no harmony between thief out here. Okay, there's no friendship between the thief out here. Okay, and they're gonna do what they gotta do. Because now the kingdom is being divided out here. I can sit and cast out Satan, and if you're gonna be divided against itself, the kingdom cannot stand. And Esau Edom as a kingdom of what they rule on this earth, are rulers on this earth, man. They're divided right now, and that kingdom is not gonna stand out here. If your house be divided against itself, that's the house of Esau. The house cannot stand. Esau Edom is a divided house, and the sinner rise up against himself and be divided. It cannot stand, but have an end. No man can enter into a strong man's house, and Esau is a strong man right now. Okay, and spoil is good, except he first bind the strong man, and then it will spoil his good. Okay? As you can see, Esau's about to be spoiled out here. The Mosai is putting in their mind for them to fight, and when they fight each other, then they're gonna be bound. Okay? And then all they have worked for gonna be spoiled out here. Who's gonna spoil them? Yahushai. Okay? When Yahushua said his kingdom, he's gonna take everything that Esau Edom have taken, okay? Have stolen. Okay? And that's the time that we are in right now. Okay, let's go to Revelation, man. Revelation chapter 17. Okay. Revelation 17, verse 15, and he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, with the people, with the whole seated are people and multitude and nation and tongue. Okay, the whole is Babylon, right? Okay, America. Okay, Sodom and Egypt. Okay, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, this and the beast is Nato. The Nato country, those European countries. Okay, that's united, right? This shall hit the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn with fire. As you can see, Nato say, hey, we can hold our own right here. We can defend ourselves. We can govern the space that we have, the airspace. Okay? Just show, and this just telling him, we got power too, my man. We got nuclear powers. We got nuclear weapons too. We can take care of ourselves out here. Don't ever think for 1 second, we're weak. We cannot we cannot defend ourselves. Hey, if you go to the extreme, we're gonna go to the extreme too. Hey, my man, America is more stout. Right? It's louder. But hey, those other NATO countries, they're louder too. But they're not as loud. They're not as stout. Okay, as Babylon, they're as proud as Babylon. They're proud too, but they're not as proud as Babylon. America, that's when you see Trump speak. That's a pride man right there, man. Okay. Verse 17, for the Mosiah Yahweh have put it in their hearts, okay, to fulfill his will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of God shall be fulfilled. Okay, those NATO countries, they're gonna come together. All those nations, we can see Russia gonna be with NATO. Okay, you're gonna see this thing can happen, man. To go against Babylon, man. Okay, other countries also we're gonna unite with NATO to come against Babylon, man. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which went over the king of the earth. Babylon, okay, America, that whore, that great whore, okay, that great city, okay, is the one that went over the kings of the earth, okay. And Babylon been winning for a long time right now, okay. Because Babylon is the one that go to after 4 corners of the earth, telling nations and rulers how to govern their nations. What to do with their resources, how they distribute their resources and go to other countries and steal people's resources, man. They're like the arm of Esau Edom kingdoms, man. They're the wild arm of Esau's kingdom, man. They are the military arm of Esau's kingdom, because that's their might, the military power, the economic power. Okay, you can see that. But now, they have to do the will of Yahweh power by Hashem Yahshua. We're in those times now, man. And there's no running from this, man. Okay? And let's go to I call this thing let's go to Isaiah 19 verse 1. Isaiah 19 verse 1. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth, Yahweh power by Hashem Yahshua, rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come unto Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And Babylon is known, the whole is known as what? Spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt. And that's why I bring this scripture out. Babylon, aka America, is known as Egypt, man. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, okay? Esau Edom as a kingdom is known as the Egyptians also, man, okay? Because Esau Edom propagated the biggest slavery, okay, chattel slavery upon this earth, ever known upon this earth, man. That's Egyptians. I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. This I would say that the slave master, a slave master against another slave master fighting, man. Okay, I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight, everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Okay, Esau Edom is a slave master as a nation. Okay, and they have their kingdoms like Denmark, France, Portugal, Spain. All those nations have slave master's kingdom, man. And America is a slave master kingdom too. Okay, so the biggest slavery happened in the Americas, man. And those nations were the one that propagated those the shadow slavery, the biggest known slavery ever come to the earth, man. Okay, and that's what they are, the Egyptians. I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, man. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail, and the midst thereof I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirit, and to the wizard. And the Egyptian will I give over unto the hand of a cruel lord, and fierce king shall rule over them, said Yahweh power of hosts. Again, the Messiah is still not done it. It's the one that put them in the spirit, okay, to do those things, man. Okay, those kingdoms, the kingdom of Denmark against the kingdom of Babylon. Okay, the kingdoms of Nato versus the kingdom of Babylon, man. They're gonna fight. They're gonna have to fight. The Messiah gonna make sure that they turn against each other, man. And that's the time that we're in right now. And let's get to the last scripture real quick. Let's go to our guy. Just a piece of that scripture real quick. Haggai chapter 2, verse 22. And I will overthrow the throne of kingdoms, okay, and I will destroy the strength of the kingdoms of the heathen. And Esau Edom is one of the main heathen, okay, that have kingdoms out here, man. And the Messiah is overthrowing those kingdoms out here, because the Messiah is destroying their consuls, man, okay, and take them away. I will overthrow the chariots and those that ride in them, and the horse and their riders shall come down, everyone by the sword of his brother. Again, the Messiah is making brothers fighting against brothers out here, man. This is two nations of Edomites fighting. It's about to fight, man. You got Ukraine fighting Russia. Two Edomites fighting, man. That's two brothers fighting right there, man. And the Messiah, everyone by his sword of his own brother. And sword is a weapon of is a killing weapon, man. They cannot kill each other by those nuclear weapons out here, man. And with that, I hope brothers and sisters was edified. I'm gonna close this lesson by giving all praise, all glory, all honor, all blessing, all truth, all wisdom belong to our power, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teach us will well and will well, to the Wakwakodash, and salutation to you, Akiam, that's in highways and byways doing this work in truth and sincerity. Shalom, shalom.